still kicking everyone's butt. But I hope you are safe and all your loved ones are well, please. So happy and so thankful for you all tuning in tonight. Welcome to the H.E.R Network on Zingo TV channel 251. I am Cassie Wiseman, and this is the Wiseman Report, the very first WMMA live show, a platform where we like to reveal the stars who are often hidden in the shadows. Please remember to download both the Barn Burner and Zingo TV apps from their respective iOS and Android app stores. Yes, both of them are free. And please, when you download it, just remember to rate and leave a comment. Now, Zingo TV is also available on Google Chromecast, Amazon Fire and Fire TV sticks, Roku and Roku sticks for all smart TVs from 2016 and forward. Tonight, I'm joined by the host with the most and the best in the business. My girl over there, look at her. So organized tonight. She is Steph Fleming. She is a 3-time national champion and has fought for Canada twice, once in 2017 and in 2019. So don't mess with her, folks. In the Waco World Championships, she is also a chief officiant for kickboxing and has coaching courses and experience in both kickboxing and boxing. Steph, how's it going?
I'm pumped to shoot off some questions.
And folks, if you don't know, the lovely lady down there with the tattoos and all kinds of muscles, yes, folks, I'm beyond happy and proud to have said that I've spoken to this fine beast of a woman several times now. This fighter fights for a World Lithuania Championship and is the first female Lithuania champion crowned. She is a beast who is all about what causes the most damage. She takes very good care of her body and her health, and she loves challenging herself. Most recently, she has fought in Thai fight against Pitchjaja to continue to challenge herself because she just gets bored. Yes, folks, I'm talking about the one and the only. Sorry, man, Freddie, how are you?
I'm really good, thank you. And you, how are you?
I'm excellent, thank you very much. How's everything happening there with COVID and stuff?
Still the same than the last time we talked. The border are still closed, but the situation is, I think, pretty much more nicer than the rest of the world. There is no lockdown. There is life is just pretty normal. Just the border are closed, so we cannot go out and in of Thailand.
But everything else is still relatively normal, I guess, for 2020.
Yeah, yeah.
The new normal.
Yeah.
No, I saw on your Instagram that you, for 2020, amongst the top KOs of 2020 for World Lithuania, how do you feel about that? Like when you get that kind of acknowledgement, knowing all the work you've put into it, like, how do you feel? What does that do for you?
I don't know. I didn't ask myself. No.
You're welcome. No. I'm glad I could ask you.
No, of course it feels good. I mean, I'm just happy because it's what I'm working for. So of course, it's just a satisfaction. To be honest, it's a simple feeling of satisfaction and that's it. And I just want to continue this kind of work. This is it. Feeling,
of course,
satisfied.
Always humble. Yeah. Wow. And I guess you're still hungry, so it just keep moving, keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah. But it's funny you say hungry because I was thinking, it's like when you make a pie, when you've been studying like the recipe, you make the pie and the test is exactly what you had in mind. Okay, you can jump all over the kitchen and dance, but the fact is you're just satisfied with what you did and you enjoy. So it's, I don't know, the comparison for me with the result of boxing is more or less the same. Like, I'm not gonna jump and dance everywhere because of the result of what I'm working for. It's what I had in mind. This is what I still have in mind. So when the result is the way I'm thinking it, I'm just happy and satisfied. Is that making sense?
Yeah. Absolutely. As it comes about, I have been watching a lot of Hell's Kitchen lately. So I have been thinking only about cooking. So thank you very much for using the pie and kitchen analogy. It was perfect. That's what COVID had done to me. Okay. Oh my God.
All right.
Steph, save us. Over to you.
Sorry, you're the kind of fighter that when you watch your fight, it inspires fellow fighters to get into the gym and really amp it up. You're a savage, which I absolutely love about you. You have an array of skills: headbutts, elbows, kicks, takedowns. What would you say is your sharpest skill?
I don't know. Okay, I'm working more with the boxing part with my trainer, but it's also about my opponent, because I would say my boxing is better than my kicks, my elbow, I have a good clinch as well, and good throwdown. But we know that some opponents are more open with the boxing because they don't really have up guard. So of course I will work more, and on the fight it will appear that the boxing is better. But sometimes the clinch of my opponent is so it would look like my clinch is better, on the elbow is better, but it's also like what my opponent is offering me. But to answer, I believe my boxing is more sharp than most of the rest of my weapons.
Nice, I'd agree with that one.
Thank you.
You got some hands.
Yeah. No one wants to mess with your hands. No.
Today,
Yeah. And you told us already about what you do for strengthening those things. So no, thank you. You can, I'll stay in the kitchen with Hell's Kitchen. Okay. I will stay there. All right. Let's throw this up. Usually the questions are just back and forth or whatever, but I thought that I wanted for this next topic, I guess, I wanted to kind of throw it in as a conversation between all three of us. So, sorry, let's talk about your most recent fight. Talk me through, I've watched it a couple of times over now. For you inside of that ring, talk us through what the process was and what your understanding was of what happened.
It's so inside the ring, the first, I felt really well just before entering the ring. I mean, mentally, I felt okay. Then I know Petija is like in her weight category the best in the world in Muay Thai. No, in my eyes and in eyes of many people. So I knew like, okay, this is not gonna be an easy fight. I am prepared to be in very engaged fight, and I have to be very smart and clever. So mentally I felt good, and I also felt physically good. But then it was the first time that I was competing at 51 kilograms. I never went that low in a weight. And I noticed that from the first punches, exchange of punches, that I had no legs at all, and I was not able to carry my own body, and my own body was not reacting to my command. So I get a lot of punches and I fall down for no reason. Sometimes like Petija was just able to push me and I was falling down, and I was like, this has never happened to me in my life. And I'm not taking anything away from the power and the technique of Petija. When I'm saying this, the point is not to put her down, not at all. Just and I'm not looking for excuses, but I'm looking for why it was so weird for me at the first round. Then I thought, when I came back to my corner, my coach was like, hey, you get open, you have a lot of blood, you fall down for nothing. What the fuck is this shitty performance? And I was like, okay, now it's not anymore about how it will look nice, how I will be technical. I know like if I want to win, it's a knockout or I have to smash her. So I thought, okay, just now I put my my mental on like the beast mode and nothing else more. And then when we came back at the third round, I feel at the second round, I mean, I feel a little bit better, and I was able to forget about my body and the fact that my body was not obeying me. But then the blood was the cut get more open, and the blood was, I think, for the TV a little bit too much, because it was just not that big cut. It was only like it took me three stitches.
Yeah.
But I think it was too much blood, and then they decided to stop the fight. So the thing is, I was disappointed the fact that they stopped the fight earlier, because I thought like, okay, I could have done more and more.
Mhm.
It would have been a very anyway complicated fight for me, because of this that my body was not answering. But anyway, Pedija showed like a great performance, like the ability she has to adapt herself to any kind of opponent. So for that, I mean, congrats to her. And I took a lesson about the way I lose my weight, because I lose too much weight before, and I did not recover any energy. In fact, after the weigh-in. So, but even in my face, you can see like I really look like
Mhm.
super tired during the fight, like not the face that I'm usually have. So, well, that's my analyze.
What
And
was your total cut?
sorry,
What was your total cut?
what do you mean exactly?
How much weight did you have to lose altogether to get down to 51?
Usually I'm fighting at 54. So let's say I'm training. When I train, I'm like 55, 56. But if you follow some picture of my shape, is like I don't have any fat. So when I'm 54, I'm already like that. And so I mean, we're only talking about a few kilograms, but those few kilograms make a big difference for me. And maybe also like a month to get used to a new weight, like where I never been, was a little bit too short notice. Because I don't want to cut like at the last minute, like 4 kilograms or 3 kilograms. That's not the way I want to do it. So I have to find, if I want to still continue to fight in this weight category, I have to find another way of cutting or losing weight, or and getting back my my energy.
With the weight cut there, I know in some organizations it's different. One championship, the way they do their weight cuts and things is very different because they consider hydration. And in the UFC, you need to make weight like that night of the weigh-ins. But then when you go into the octagon, you're actually like, some fighters are 15, 20 pounds more already. They balloon way up. And now with the weight cuts and how they do the weigh-ins and things for Thai fight, did you weigh in and then like gain a couple of kilograms within the next before the fight, or?
Yeah, sure. I mean, but you must understand that anyway, MMA culture and Muay Thai culture about weight cutting is completely different, and especially in Thailand than in Europe and than in USA would be another culture of cutting weight. So usually the Thai people, they just they don't really cut weight. You know, they cut maybe few kilograms, like 2 or 3 kilograms, but you won't see like in UFC like 15 or 20 pounds. This, I mean, I'm not saying that it's not happening in Thailand, of course, but that's not the main culture. So I think I gained back like maybe 2.5 kilograms after the in moment of the weigh in and the moment of the fight, which is like 24 hours. So it's but the thing is I mean I lose too much. I think I lost muscle for this fight, and that's why my legs, because when I saw my legs, and even my trainer was like, you don't have any more muscle in your legs, something, you look too skinny. It's well,
Yeah, it looked like, to be completely honest, it looked like muscle atrophy had happened, because it looked as though your muscles had been deprived of some things, and then they were just kind of atrophied. And that's what it looked like on the, like when I watched it or whatever. And then if muscles had atrophied and like gotten weak, then I mean, that would explain a lot of what you experienced and what you described as well, which I mean, you had never fought at that category, and like 4 or 5 kilograms like that's 8 or 10 pounds. Like that's a lot to cut considering you don't have 8 to 10 pounds to lose.
Yeah, I've had a similar experience. I went to IKF Worlds. I had 16 pounds to cut. I was in a sauna for like 6 hours with a sauna suit on. And our weigh-ins were 24 hours before our actual fight. So we did get a chance to get some Pedialyte back into us and rehydrate and eat. But I was so dehydrated, I couldn't even do the pregnancy test for that fight. That's how dehydrated I was. I didn't get to do that pregnancy test until 1 hour before my fight because my body was just drained. It was completely depleted of everything. So it was holding on to everything. And I think it just, like, your body doesn't necessarily have enough time to metabolize what you're replenishing it with when you cut that much weight that close to a fight, right? So it really can affect your energy levels during your fight. And I think anyone who's like followed your career and seen your previous fights knew that there was something off for that fight and that you weren't necessarily the same fighter that we had seen in previous fights.
Thank you. But I want to ask you, like, how did you feel for the fight, like you just described about the losing like 16 pounds, and how did you feel during the fight?
I felt exhausted. I felt like I had jello legs. Like that was the only way to describe it. Like I didn't own my body during the fight, and mentally I felt very foggy. So for me, I realized like I had been coming off a big weight cut anyway. I'd probably cut 10 pounds before I even got to weigh-ins, and then another 12 pounds over 24 hours in the sauna and in the steam room and stuff. So like it was just, in total, I think it was probably 25-pound weight cut, it was just too much that close to a fight, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Oh.
So I understand what you're talking about, and I understand like how hard it is to to just say to yourself, well, that's a hard lesson to learn, but it's when you and your coach can sort of try and plan for the next time, you know. And the smaller you are, the harder it is, and you're tiny now as it is, you know.
But soon the next fight I have is in 52 kilograms, so it's only 1 kilograms. But like I'm not killing myself right now with the weight. I'm like I'm 54.5, and it's fine. I know that I can lose like very quickly a few kilograms, so I would just do it at the last minute. But I will stop like losing that much weight before 3 weeks before, because it makes no sense.
And then I think we'll see you back to your regular self for this next fight. Speaking of which, can you tell us all about your next fight? Because
Thank you. Yes. Before we went on air, Stephanie and I were saying, I said, oh my God, I can't wait for her to fight again. And Stephanie said, when is she fighting again? I said, I don't know, but maybe she'll tell us. And now here we are.
So excited.
Yeah, I'm fighting actually in 2 weeks, the December 12th, against the national champ of Thailand. We already fought like a year or 2 years ago. I won that fight.
Yeah.
So she is.
What's her name?
Her name is Dokong Fa. She just. So do you follow like one championship female weight?
Yeah.
So lately, Alicia won Stan Vertex for the world title, right?
Yes.
And right after that, Alicia, she fought against Dokong Fa, and Alicia lost the fight for the national Thai belt.
Ooh.
Yeah. And so Dokong Fa, now in 2 weeks, I'm going to fight against her. So as I was saying, like she made a lot of progress, I know, and she has the win confidence. So she actually, I think, really don't like me.
Why?
She writes some. Yeah, well, I don't give a. I mean, if she needs that, she writes something on social media like, if you still want to be able to eat, don't come into the ring the 12th. Okay, then whatever. I think she don't really like me. But I mean, we all need like different mental preparation.
Yes.
If she needs that, good, because this really pissed me off. When I saw it, I was like, ah, okay, nah, we see who's gonna eat soup after this fight.
Yeah. I'm excited to see a pissed off story. I can't wait.
So,
That's hilarious.
You know what? This
yeah.
could be a huge fight for you, though. This could be a huge win and a huge career booster for you. Like, I'm so excited for you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And I
Yeah.
think, yeah, I think it's gonna be like enjoyable fight. It will be with MMA gloves. It's gonna be on.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah. So even more exciting.
Yes.
It will be on H.E.R organization. So it's gonna be like 3 rounds, 3 minutes. MMA gloves and well. As I said, like we both have something to. I want to confirm the win. She wants her revenge. I want to conquer myself again after this loss. She wants to continue the win that she got behind her. So definitely will be nice fight to watch for the people.
So
Definitely.
what organization are you going to be fighting with this one? One
Muay,
championship?
no, it's Muay Arkor. You know,
Okay.
every weekend in Thailand, it has like the Saturday Muay Arkor and the Sunday Super Champ, which are both are promoting a lot of female fights. So it's on TV. So you can watch it on live or on YouTube or on them Facebook page.
Yes, that is excellent. You just made an early Christmas present. Thank you very much. You said December. You always have goodies for me. Sorry, you're just too nice. Last time I interviewed you, you let go a little snippet as well about a fight that you had coming up. Man, you're just too good. You said December 12th is this fight?
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
are you fully healed?
Yeah.
Like, how is your head, woman?
Look at her. She's fine. She got.
I'm like, where?
But no, actually, I'm super happy because when I first arrived in Thailand like 3 years ago, when we started to fight with my coach, I was really used to fight at least twice a month, and then sometimes more. Like when I fought the first time with Dok Hung Fa, my next opponent, it was the 5th fight in 35 days. It was completely insane, but I really love this way
Fast
of
turnovers.
fighting. Yeah, yeah. But since the level that I reach is better, of course, the opponents are better, so we need a little bit more time to recover in between fight. But still, I like this idea of fighting every month. I like this random life. So so I'm really happy, and I just yesterday got a proposition, but we still have to talk about it, to fight in Barnacle the January 3rd. So
Ooh.
it would be even like okay, no Christmas party, no Eve party, just
Oh my God.
my party will be on the ring.
What would be the weight category for that one?
No, I don't know. Yesterday I just received a message to say, would you be interested to fight in Barnacle January 3rd? But I don't know against who. I don't know the weight category. I don't know the purse. So everything has to be discussed because. But I know that the guy who asked me, if he asked me, that means he has something in mind interesting for me. So why not?
Yeah, exactly. Every opportunity
What?
takes you a little bit further.
Exactly.
So what's happening with Lithuania Championship? When are you going to defend your title?
I don't know. I don't know. I really hope soon. But I think because it's still complicated. The Thai government just announced that anyway the border will stay closed until it has a vaccine, and they say
Whoa.
that apparently it would be in June.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's funny.
Seriously?
Yeah, that's funny how the state know everything's about vaccine, how it will appear and everything. That's really funny. But anyway, that's another topic. But so the thing is, because WLC, like the organization is based in Myanmar, so it's
Right.
anyway complicated for them to organize stuff like in Thailand, etc. So I hope like early in the next year, but we don't really know.
Wow.
Awesome.
June. Keep the borders closed till June.
But they say they don't want to make like the normal reopening border until a vaccine do not exist. So if the vaccine exists in 2 years, maybe they will start like a normal fluid of, because now you can enter in Thailand, but only if you have like a visa business, visa family,
So
like
essential.
yeah, something essential, exactly. And you can go out of Thailand, but getting in back after that is, as a foreigner, I mean, is way too complicated.
Yeah. Wow. So you're just going to stay there this whole time.
I mean, now they put back a lockdown in France. Now the state in France just said that the sport is not essential, so they're not gonna. The state is not gonna help nothing about boxing world in France. Like there is no more fight, there is no possibility to train. It's really like
Wow.
the state completely gave up on sport and on everything that a bit alternative or artistic or I don't know, like artisanal as well. They say that that is not essential in life. So for the moment, we lock down all these things. So what would be the point for me to going back in France with no opportunity to train, no opportunity to fight, nothing? Like, no, I mean,
Clearly, they don't know the mind of a fighter because it's essential to fight. It's essential for our psychological health.
I completely agree. And I mean, who they are to say what is essential for us and what
Mhm.
is not essential, who the fuck they are.
I hear you
So,
there, girl.
Mm.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's a hard time to be able to like I think this year worldwide, like I would be interested in knowing the numbers and the statistics on the mental health of people this year and how those problems have escalated simply because we've been basically told to go home and twiddle our thumbs and do nothing for an indefinite period of time. Stephanie and I were both massage therapists, and so we were shut down for 3 months. First, when this started in Canada, and where we're from, like the little island on the East Coast. And so March 15th, we all got shut down, and we were shut down for 3 months, but we were told indefinitely. And they said we were not essential. And I argue that point. I am not essential to life. You're not going to die without me. I'm not going to cut open your heart or any of these things. I'm not essential to your life, but I am essential to your health. And I think we are essential. And I think there could have been some different things that could have happened there. And instead, now, most recently, we're going backwards again with more restrictions and things. And honestly, it petrifies me the idea of not being able to do my job and not being able to function and being told to just go home indefinitely. So yeah, I'd like to see those numbers for mental health. I think that's through the roof this year.
Yeah, I completely agree. But sadly, we all know that we're not going to be able to see those numbers because
No, probably for the best.
those statistics do not interest all the states in the world. Like they want COVID statistic, how many people apparently would die from only COVID. So that's the only things, and the rest do not really matter. I mean, from the point when you say to someone you are not essential or your job is not essential, then everything is said in this fucking sentence. Okay,
Yeah.
we are not essential in your fucking business plan. That's
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Until
Yeah.
we just yeah. Wow. So yeah, for you both as well, this is a very horrible situation, huh? Tough
This is
situation.
why I
Yeah.
punched
But
you.
the good thing about it, we will still have cable and the internet. So regardless, we can watch you fight
Yeah.
December 12th.
Yep. That'll
Okay, that's
definitely help.
and this gives me a good energy. Thank you, because actually to hear that and to know that also is like, yeah, okay, then it's also like, you know, a good new little motivation. Okay, then we have to do the show.
Yes, you're
Because
going to do the show. Come on. That last girl cut your head. Come on. We need some blood.
And this time she can eat, so she's gonna have all the energy and legs that she needs this time
Oh,
around.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Different weight class this time. And the girl doesn't like you. Bring it. Yes, let's
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah, yeah. And I want to
I
offer her a straw.
I have a question for you. So like it's baby steps all the way. You're taking every single opportunity you can. You're kind of like climbing your way up, climbing your way up. But what is your end goal? Like, are you really wanting to go to one championship? Do you have something else in mind? Like, I know you've done judo and MMA and stuff. You've dabbled in those in the past. Are you thinking about like maybe switching it up and going the MMA route? Like, where do you want to be? What's your ultimate goal?
Uh, my ultimate goal would be just to fight the best in the world in my weight category, and or in K1 kickboxing, Muay Thai, or yeah, in those but MMA, I don't think so. You know, I stopped judo, I stopped BJJ, I stopped everything. Like since I'm really completely focused on Muay Thai, so uh, it would be like, okay, I could do some amateur or like not high level professional, because my I'm not doing MMA, so it would be very complicated at my age to be able to reach like the highest level. But I'm able to do that, and that's my goal for the Muay Thai and K1. Let's say Muay Thai K1. I don't really care. So one championship is of course one of my goal, because before the highest level for the female was all glory, but glory
Yeah.
Yeah.
is like, so we don't really know what's going on with glory for the future,
Mm-hmm.
or championship. So I just wanna reach one championship and make my story in one championship. And after that, the name of the girls, I don't care. You know, yesterday
Yeah.
was, today is Alicia,
Yep.
uh, and also sometimes I, you know, some you can be world champion, and like Stam, she's really good. Alicia, she beat her, but in my eyes, Dao Kongfa, the girl that just beat Alicia, in my eyes, she's not better than Alicia, but Alicia lost the fight. So sometimes it's of course titles. It's good. It's good for the legacy, but being the best is not only about a belt. So it's also about the performance and how you are able to keep that performance always and always better. So, well, as I say, names do not really. It's about the ranking, and this is what I'm looking for, like the ranking of one championship. If tomorrow Glory start again, of course Glory could be like one of my goal, or if in another big organization took like the highest female fighters, I would like to join it. That's my object, my goal. And I'm sadly, even if I think I look very young, I'm 32 years old, so I know like I'm not 22, and I don't have like 15 years in front of me. So it's like more or less now or never. So I'm not gonna change martial art. I'm not gonna go in MMA.
I hear you.
Yeah,
And
but
here, and
one
here,
thing, maybe I will do jujitsu for my retreat, like fighting the world
Yeah.
around. Yeah, this I could go back in jujitsu because I like it, and you know. But this
and
is
you
for
could
the
still be 45 and you could still kick butt. I think, yes.
yes.
Definitely.
Retirement plans, BJJ.
What about Waco? Have you ever fought for Waco, or would you consider fighting for the amateur, sorry, world amateur? Why can't I think of it? Kickboxing organization. I should know because I fought for them.
It's called concussions, honey. It's called concussions. We all got them. It's good.
Yep.
No, I would love to it. I mean, I never say no to any organization or any fight proposition, but you know, for a while, I send, I think, my fighter profile to everybody in the world, and most of the time I got this answer like, your profile do not interest us, or I got no answer. So it's not like I send them, but I also sometimes when it's in, if it's too far, like that's also the point. Is I'm in Asia, so you know, female fights start to interest more organization, but when it's the time to pay the flight ticket for the coach and the boxer, when it's time to talk about money, then it's different. So of course, maybe it would be easier if I would be in Europe or in USA for some organization, because you know,
Been
I got
there.
like like someone contact me for fighting in Barnacle in Las Vegas, and then when they say, yeah, but you would have to go by yourself in Las Vegas, I was like, are you insane? I'm not gonna pay like by myself to go there. And they say, yeah, but no, there is no organization who would pay you to, because your name on Barnacle is not made, so we would not, nobody would provide this. So I was like, yeah, then I stay in Asia. There is no point for me otherwise.
And here we are, lucky enough to have you on our show. See, you are one of the amazing fighters that deserves the people, the world, who love MMA and WMMA and fighting and kickboxing in general. They need to know fighters like you. I will take the pride in saying that I introduced Stephanie to you. I told her immediately, you need to look up Sori Manfredi. You will love her. You need to look her up. And she did, and I was right. And but yes,
100% we're right.
it was 100% right. Because people want to see technique, and people want to see strength, and people want to see all these things in females, and they often don't see that. And now it's starting to bloom more. But still, sadly, a lot of fighters who fight in Asia and these places, unfortunately, don't get the recognition that they deserve. And yes, definitely a fighter that everyone deserves to know the name of. So, unfortunately, we're at the end. Sorry, how do you do this to me? How do you turn these interviews so fast?
Wow, I don't know. That was too fast. I don't know. And then just lately, I was talking with a friend of mine about lockdown and everything. And the first lockdown she had in France, she went completely in depression because she was just following what the state said, who was like, do nothing, stay at home, and forget about your previous life. And then for the second lockdown, she said, fuck off, I'm just going to continue my project in my way. Sometimes if I have to just do the thing not legally because I feel it, I have to do it, then I will do it. And she said, I'm gonna fuck the depression because there is no point that I'm going back to that. I'm gonna continue my project, even if they say it's useless, even if they say you are not essential. So I would say to everybody in the world or everybody who's watching this, don't follow the state of the rules. Like nobody is non-essential. Whatever you do, if it's in a medical or as well in a sport or in art or whatever, everything is essential. And just do it. Don't follow, like, don't do nothing, stay at home, watch TV and eat bullshit. No, stay healthy in mind and in the body. And my job is to fight in the ring, but I would say our job is to fight for our freedom and for what we want. So if tomorrow the time is to fight in the street or in the ring, it's time. When it's time, it's time. So just I will, as I continue to fight, I would push everybody to fight for themselves.
And that was a Super Bowl locker room powwow right there. Like, let's go to the gym and work out. Like,
I know I want to get things.
Good.
Sorry.
That's really good.
As usual, thank you very, very much, folks. You heard the date, December 12th. Tune in to see Sorry take the legs and food and everything from this other individual. So get ready for that fight. It's going to be vicious. And I can't even imagine your championship fight being less, but I think this next one is going to be even worse than your Lithuania championship. I think it's going to be absolutely insane. So folks, December 12th, stay tuned to Sorry Man Freddy's Instagram. She posts everything there. It'll be there anyways, I'm sure. And we will also be posting it at the Wiseman Report. So stay tuned to that. Sorry, thank you very, very much. As always.
Nice to meet you, Stephanie.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. See
Bye.
you soon.
Stay safe.
Bye-bye.
Oh, always love having her on the show. Always. Oh my God, she's just so good. December 12th. I can't wait. Stephanie, I cannot believe that we were talking about this. And then suddenly, what happens? She drops the bomb and she tells us December 12th. I can't even believe that just happened. I almost fell off my chair. That's what almost just happened there. It was amazing. That was amazing. Yes.
I'm so glad to hear that seeing that I'm fighting soon makes you so wow. I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah, it's almost midnight here. It's midnight here, and we are just like amped up at the idea that you are fighting December 12th.
I know it's an early birthday present. My birthday's on the 14th, so I'm like,
Oh.
Okay, then
have some drinks for my birthday.
Okay, a very violent win would be the best present I can offer you.
Yes.
Yes. I'm so excited. I can't wait. Take care, Sorry. You're awesome.
Take care of you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Take care.
That's wicked. Oh my goodness. Well, yes, it is a happy birthday to you, Stephanie. How amazing is that?
Can't wait.
So while we have that, folks, you heard it, December 12th. We will be posting it anyways, and we'll be all over that. Don't even worry about it. So yes, we'll be doing predictions for that and everything else. We will do the post-fight analysis just like we do with any other fight. So December 12th is the date to mark in your books for Sorry Man Freddy. That's going to be vicious. Whoa, that's going to be vicious. Now, before we run out of time, because I don't even know how 45 minutes just passed, we need to talk about this time. We need to talk about UFC and the four ladies that fought on there. So let's start with your girl, Calvillo versus Chudikin. So talk to me, Stephanie. What'd you think?
Shevchenko, is that who we're talking about? Versus Jennifer?
No. Calvillo first versus Chukagian.
Okay, well, it wasn't really kind of what I expected. It wasn't as interesting of a fight as I expected it to be. Chukega, I thought, did a better job of judging distance and timing. She landed more accurately. She landed more often. And Calvillo just struggled to find her distance.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. It seemed like she just couldn't get within the zone for her. Now, Chukagian is a taller fighter.
Reach, yeah.
Sure, but she just threw more. It was punches and bunches. So maybe Calvillo just was out of her element.
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to distance, angle, timing, like your basic skills. Her distance was off, her timing was off. She wasn't changing her angles and like giving different looks. She wasn't mixing it up high low, and I think she just never really found her rhythm during that fight. Mm-hmm. That being said, it wasn't super exciting to watch, to be honest. And I love both of these fighters, but it wasn't the fight I had hoped or anticipated it would be, you know?
Yeah, it wasn't like both of these fighters in previous fights that I've seen them in. They're both very dynamic, very entertaining. And it just seemed like both struggled with this one here. And yeah, you're right. I mean, Chukagian, she got the win. via decision, yes, but I don't think either one of them, it wasn't their best performance for either one of them, realistically.
Yeah. Chukagian was definitely the clear winner, but yeah, like you said, it wasn't like one to write home about or anything.
Yeah, so I don't really know. Maybe they were canceling each other out or something else going on there. Sometimes that happens. But yeah, certainly not a highlight for either one of them. They are better. They are both better than that show that they put on there. Now let's talk about the championship.
Okay.
I know you're pumped with this. Okay, just go. Just go.
So at first, when I first watched this fight, I was a little like alarmed. I was like, did she underestimate her? Like she underestimated Maya. Like I underestimated her. I'm like, what's going on here? Like, this is not my girl. This is not my champ. But as the fight evolved, I realized that she is so intelligent. Like, I feel like everything she did in that fight was purely strategic. Like, she wanted to beat Maya at her own game. She wanted to be like, I can control you in wrestling. I can take you down numerous times. And as the fight went on, it was like it got easier and easier for her to take Maya down. And I will say that Maya did so much better than I expected she would. She's a very physically strong fighter. When she had Shevchenko against the cage, you could tell she was really taking the wind out of her. She was wearing her down. And I got to give her props. She definitely don't have a glass chin. Did you see the spinning back kick that Shevchenko got her right in the ribs? I was like, oh, and a couple of real hard kicks in the face. And Maya's one tough chick. I mean, I love that fight.
She is a dog, man. Like she went in there and like, I think, and I will take it too. Like I also underestimated her because of the level of competition that Shevchenko has faced versus the level of competition that Maya has faced. I'm sorry. There's an astronomical difference. There just is. But, and it's a real shame, you know, that we only have what we can see to measure a person's talent by. So we see, and we can only measure that talent by their opponents that they face. So in Maya's case, we're like, okay, well, this fighter is good and this fighter, but then we look at people that Shevchenko has found, like, oh my God, like it's not even close to comparison.
Yeah.
That doesn't give us a fair understanding or comprehension of what Maya is packing. And whoo, her right hooks, man, I am sorry. Her right hooks were legit. And she was doing some damage with those things there. And when she was against the cage at one point, she was desperate to try to get a takedown. She couldn't get the single leg. So then she switched, tried to take her arm and do a throw with it. And she was trying to do anything and everything. Like that girl was a dog. She was in the win from the start of the bell to the last bell. Like, and how many people have been able to do that to Shevchenko?
That's a huge point right there. That's a very good point. She proved so much by lasting 3 rounds with her. And everybody thought it was, oh yeah, sorry, correction, 5 rounds, which is insane. And also one of those rounds, like it was pretty close. Like some judges may have given it to her. Like one of those rounds there. So really, I think she proved to everyone this is not going to be an execution, because that's what I thought it would be.
Yes.
That's what the odds thought it would be. That's what fans thought it would be. And she's going places. She got something to prove herself. Mad respect. It elevated her in my books, like
100%.
And she garnered a lot of people's respect, I think, in that fight.
Oh my god, 110%. Like I said, it's unfortunate that we measure these people, these fighters and these athletes by their opponents. And you only rise to the occasion. I mean, this is true. I mean, this is always true in any facet of life. And realistically, you can look at any sport, any person, any occupation, anything. You rise to the occasion or you flounder. And these fighters, unfortunately, we only have the material that we've seen. And Maya hasn't had the level of competition because of the organization she was in. She just did not have that level of competition. I mean, Shevchenko has beat everybody. She has faced everybody. She's been in there against the beast of men and Nunes. Like, what? Right?
I want to see that fight again.
Yes, please. That one I want to see again. But anyways, I was completely impressed by Maya. Completely impressed. The fact that I honestly didn't think she's going to make it as 2. I thought it was going to be
Same.
like like I thought she was going to be just like annihilated. I thought it was going to be an execution for sure, like decapitated, something like that. That her head was going to be kicked from the neck. That's what I thought was going to happen, because I only had the people that Maya had thought. And I'm sorry, but she looks physically more fit than she ever has. And I mean, I was wondering about her cardio game, because it hasn't looked that fantastic in previous fights. But again, we can only base our opinions on the fights we've seen. And boy, did she rise to this challenge, man, like a phoenix, this woman. So yeah, mad respect. I mean, she may have lost that, but buddy, she has gained a ton of fans and a ton of mad respect. Imagine all the women looking at her now in that weight category in UFC. I'm like, she went 5 rounds as champ.
Oh, she's got the opposition underneath her, definitely giving her a second look and taking her a lot more seriously than they may have before this fight.
Oh, yeah, without question. Without question. That was astounding. A great solid win for Shevchenko. Honestly, I saw more layers to her game in this match. And I'm not sure if she planned it that way or if it's because of Maya. And maybe it's because she saw the ruggedness and maybe the hunger of Maya. That was also different. And maybe she was like, okay, well, I can try these other things to this chick because I know she's going to be there, you know. I know she's going to match me. And maybe there was that. But Maya definitely brought out a different and a better side of Shevchenko as well, as vice versa. Her takedowns, man, she's a brute. Like, she's extremely strong. Like, she just take down at will, man. Slam. Too. Sorry?
She's so explosive, too, like with those takedowns.
Yeah. Yeah, very impressive. Very impressive. It went the distance. But if y'all didn't see this fight, this is one to see. Like we both just said, like Maya will surprise you, because if you look her up and you see the people that she has fight, like she's gonna eat through her like a ramen noodle. But that is not what happened, folks. It was a very technical and very explosive, fantastic fight and a great challenge for both fighters. What a match! That was incredible. Shevchenko continues to blow my mind, but yeah, Maya was very impressive. Very impressive. So if you're listening, Maya, you can come on the show. Please. We'd love to have you, please. All right, now, coming up tomorrow, Steph. Yes. I didn't even tell you about this, but let's throw it for you anyway. So, all right. Ready? So we have Ashley Evans-Smith versus Norma Dumont.
Yes.
That is tomorrow. Now, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, my thoughts are, I love WMMA, but I'm going to have 2 screens on, one on the Tyson versus Roy, one on the WMMA. But I think Ashley and Norma are going to be like a pretty close fight. I think it's going to be a close call fight. So Ashley lost her last fight to KGB Lee, which you know I love.
You love, I know.
Yes.
You're trying to set her up with everybody. You know who you should fight next? KGB Lee. You know who you should fight next? KGB Lee. Like,
I love seeing her. I love her as a fighter, and I don't know, just because like I went to IKF and I cut weight with her, I think like she has a little place in my heart now.
Okay. Yeah.
And Norma, I mean, she's good. She lost her last fight to Megan Anderson, right? Yeah. But Megan Anderson's really, really, really good.
Megan Anderson,
and that was her debut fight as well.
That's a tall task to take on for your first one. Like, who would you like to fight first? Cyborg. Duh.
So Ashley fought more in the UFC, but I don't know if that, necessarily means everything, because not all those fights were good fights. So.
Well, again, I think, I can see this one going the distance.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be, that's tall order for Dumont in her first fight out. Megan Anderson is an absolute savage. She's amongst top, the cream of the crop. So I mean, that's a tall task, but which only makes it even better for this fight. I think we're going to see a very, very technical and long fight. I could see this one going to the decision with both of these ladies throwing down like savages.
Well, obviously they think it must be a good fight because it's the main card, is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be a good fight, no doubt. It's going to be a close fight.
But yeah, I'm going to go with Smith on this one via decision.
Yeah.
All right, folks, somehow an hour is gone. And you know how I feel about that. We should probably have 2. Anyways, we're going to work on it. But I thank you very much, Storyman Freddie, for coming on the show. Of course, we'll have her on again. Why? Because she fights every 3 weeks. So, I mean, she gives us a lot of stuff. So we got to have her on. She's one of the rare fighters who's actually staying consistent on the regular. So, folks, if you haven't checked her fights out, check her out all of her other fights. They're all very, very entertaining. Stay tuned for December 12th. Yes, of course, UFC is tomorrow, but as the lovely Stephanie did point out, we have our boy Tyson is coming back. What the heck is happening in 2020? We don't know. So tune into all of that stuff. We will be recapping everything next Friday. If you have any questions, comments, or guests that you would like to see on the show, please don't forget to send us an email at thewisemanreport@gmail.com. You can also check out the Wiseman Report on Twitter, Facebook, and yes, Instagram. This can also be heard on the Barn Burner Radio Network. And on its 122 platforms, the H.E.R network is part of the Barn Burner Network, Inc. So please check out barnburner.ca for all of your sports, for all of the news and programming that you could ever want to see. Barn Burner, watch it, hear it, read it, download it, and live it. Good night, folks. Be safe.